Okay, so I'm in virtual desktop. I have a X-Arcade2TV in front of me, and I have the Gen 1 dongle. And the Gen 1 dongle sends keyboard presses. Um, I'm using it wireless. I can't, this is too far away from my computer. I can't connect it with a USB cable. Otherwise, you would be able to switch. If you're connected by USB, you could, I think there's some key combos here or button combos here that'll switch it from keyboard, direct input, X input. But my PC is in another room. But for this one, we're looking specifically at the Gen 1 dongle wirelessly to the Quest 3. And that's keyboard commands, but it's also for to talk a bit about the controls. Because what happened is I spun up Arcade Ranger and I was just really horrible at Donkey Kong, which was too hard on my ego. So I had to look for the excuse. And there's a thing with arcade. I don't really know arcades well, but there's 8-way, 4-way controllers, and even a circular, uh, supported by X-Arcade2TV. So by default, these will have the 8-way restrictors in. And then you can swap it out. They provide a 4-way restrictor and also a circular restrictor, which is in number of ways. But for now, I'm just gonna demonstrate it because this right now is the default 8-way, and this is I've swapped it out to be a 4-way. So let's open up this. So I've got Notepad, and I'll just show you. I'm using the left controller. So if I go left, I'm sorry, didn't have focused. Left is D, as expected. F, up is A, down is S. Now, if you go diagonal, so if I go up to the left, I can get 2 presses. So on the one time I got DA, the other time I got AD. FA, that was end up going to the right. Okay, I'm not as good going down to the down right. But you can see that you'll end up with 2 presses, and they might be in differing order, depending on which one you get as priority. So let's just take this out, get back into it. So now I've got the 4-way restrictor, so we're going to look for a CZVX. If I do it, so up, down, left, right. If I try to do diagonal, I'm basically getting either no entry because I don't go far enough, but it's not letting me get. I'm never getting that two key presses sent. So that restrictor plate is working. So let's go ahead and end this. So main mixed reality. I'm just gonna. There's 4 screws, so 2 on the sides and 2 on the front, and then you can lift this up. And you can just set it. I'm just going to kind of lean it. Not going to hold great, but these are the restrictor plates. So this one right here is the default 8-way. And then here is where I've swapped out the 4-way. You can see it's got that little, the diagonals have that little, bump, and that's preventing it from getting the 2 key presses registered. And then there's a third one that they provide. It's just entirely just a circle. So this is like a rounded rectangle. This one's got the more diamond, and then there's the one that's a pure circle for in number of directions. And then there's other options where you can, like, to pull this off, it's just these 4 tabs and swap it. So that was easy enough. I did it with one hand, just propping it up like this. There's other options out there to put on a device to have a button that would switch it. There might be enough room where you could install that in here and then have a button underneath or something to trigger that, but I don't know if it's worth it right now. I'm just still trying this stuff out. So let's get it back in. It sits very stable. I'm probably just going to leave the screws out for now. But this is that restrictor plate, the 8-way that I took out. So now let's go to show you another option, Arcade Ranger. So in here, let's just show settings again real quick. So for X-Arcade, initially L2 was mapped to this as the T, but I mapped it to L3, and L3 for pressing this button here is going to let me open up the menus in MAME. Okay, so let's go over here. That's so bad. Should have filtered it first, I think. So specifically Kong. And so this is another option. Instead of doing, the other option is to maybe leave in the 8-way controllers, the defaults, 8-way restrictor I mean, and just change it in software. So if I press the L3, it's going to bring up the menu, and then input for this game. And so what I changed here is to try to do it with just software, is the right left. I just remapped right left up and down, and you can compare it to the player 2 right left, and so it's got, you know, G, RPT, right player 2, hat right, and it's also got an axis and gun D-pad. See, I don't know what all this means, but this is like this is similar to what the defaults for player 1 were. And then I remapped, well, it looks like I remapped service mode on accident. Not sure, but I remapped this. So like player 1 right, I'm gonna select it, and then it's empty, and if I press right on the stick, so it entered it there. So I've got left, up, and down. So I did those the same way. So where the player 2 had more stuff that I was listening for, in theory now I've just reduced it. I don't know, maybe just a software 4-way. And doing this, you know, seems to have helped. I can't say for now yet, for sure. I haven't played enough to know for sure. Versus actually, you know, physically swapping out the restrictor plate for 4-way. Exit out of here. Yeah, it seems to be like a little bit I read. It may be like a religious war for restrictor plates versus software restrictions. I don't know yet. I haven't picked a side. That's all.